Lord willing, this coming Sunday, we're going to actually have people here in this auditorium and some of our Bethany family gathering together. It's been a while, and we've been greatly looking forward to that time. Before I go into details regarding our plans for this coming Sunday and beyond, though, I wanted to rehearse a few thoughts from the Sunday message this past week. And if you've not yet been able to watch that, I would encourage you to do so. It's really going to be important for us to all be on the same page as we begin gathering together soon. I tried to establish in that message from the book of Acts that there has been a climate of fear and uncertainty throughout church history. It's really nothing new. It's been true from the beginning and in an ongoing way, only it's been much starker in the past than what we're even experiencing here today. But there are some similarities to our situation in the principle of it, at least. And the early church demonstrated great faith and courage even through those uncertain times. And with God's help, we can do so as well. But the early church showed love and deference also during those uncertain and fearful times. And we can be sure they sought to live out the one another passages that were instructions given to them by the apostles. It's certainly not normal for people to love each other and forgive each other and honor each other and bear each other's weaknesses and count others more important than themselves, especially in times like this. In times when people are fearful and uncertain, actually the opposite usually takes place. So that kind of spirit pleases God and really stands out to the lost world around us. So I would encourage all of us to practice deference toward each other during this time of regathering. Even though we have widely differing viewpoints about everything that's happening, everything that's going on, all these decisions that are being made, this doesn't have to be a divisive time for our church. In fact, with God's help, it actually could be a time when our unity increases. And that's my prayer as pastor. So I would encourage all of us to hold our opinions with grace and pour out love on those who disagree with you. Let's demonstrate faith and love in this time of fear and uncertainty. So let me give you an overview of how we're approaching the next several weeks here at least. We're planning to begin gathering together this Sunday, which is going to be May 24th, in a limited capacity. We're aware that churches are doing this in a variety of ways. We've researched many of those different options, but our pastors and deacons met recently are in full agreement as to how we should best proceed here. You'll be contacted through care teams week by week early on in the week so that you can know how to plan for the coming weekend. And that includes members and regular attenders. And when you're contacted, we ask that you would let us know whether or not you'll be able to come that week. And we have many of our Bethany family in attendance that we want to have a full capacity as much as we can. So please realize that we'll be starting small, but we're gradually looking to expand the number as we're able to and as we judge it is safe to do so. We're going to also beginning live stream services this Sunday at 10:30. We'll be sending out an email about that to everyone later this week. And that means we're not going to be posting pre-recorded videos for this coming Sunday. You'll be able to watch the service live, or if you miss it, you can view the recording on our YouTube channel later on after it's complete and it's been posted. We're not going to be offering children's classes or nursery for the time being. We hope to add those back in the near future, but we are planning to continue offering a children's lesson for the next several weeks at least, and look for that on our YouTube channel. We want to emphasize this is not the new normal. Right? These are guidelines that we're choosing to follow during this limited time as we seek to keep our members safe and to honor our state and local authorities. So let me give you some details about what you can expect when you're able to attend our limited gathering on Sunday morning in the next several weeks. Realize that it may still be even a couple of weeks before that happens for you, but we're going to be going through in kind of a rotation. I would encourage you to arrive early to enjoy some fellowship time outside in the parking lot areas. And we're going to be observing social distancing guidelines. So it would be weather permitting that we'd want to hang around out in the parking lot. But we are asking everyone to avoid handshaking or hugging for the time being. We just want to remove that uncertainty and discomfort just so everyone can know what to expect. So please understand the heart behind this. And I'm sure this is going to be really hard for all of us to remember, but this is one way that we can practice deference toward each other. We want to follow those social distancing guidelines for the time being. We're not requiring masks, but you're certainly welcome to wear one if you're more comfortable with that. Please be careful not to judge others for the decisions that they make about this very visible precaution. It's the most obvious one around. When you are ready to go into the service, then move directly into the auditorium. We're trying to avoid congregating in the lobby. We're actually treating the lobby more like a hallway, and we're only going to be using the main church entrance upstairs. As you come into the lobby, you can pick up a bulletin on the way. We're not going to have greeters during this phase of reopening. And we also will be closing off the water fountain during these weeks to avoid the potential spread of germs. So feel free to bring your own water bottle or bring your own coffee. Coffee is good. And I would encourage you, probably you want to consider not coming in your pajamas at this time. I know old habits are hard to break, but it'd probably be better to put on something a little more formal. An usher will help your family find a seat, alternating rows, and we're going to fill in from the front. So please make sure no one is sitting directly in front of you. So we're going to space out family units. And we will then be participating in the regular elements of our worship service. That's including a call to worship, singing, preaching, and intercessory prayer. One difference is that we will not be passing offering plates. Instead, we have provided a special offering box that will be in the back of the auditorium. And we would also encourage you to continue giving online, through PayPal, or drop checks by the church office if that's more convenient for you. Following the service, the ushers will be dismissing by rows to make it easier for everyone to fellowship outside instead of in the lobby. And even though we're not offering children's classes, we do encourage families to bring their children to the church gathering when it's your time to come. We want them to be a part of this. They're part of our church family. We are asking, though, that parents would keep young children with them at all times when they're inside the church facility. So we don't want the kids running around the auditorium and mixing with each other that way. We are planning to keep the service to an hour during this unusual time to make allowance for the video aspect of this, but also the children that will be in the services. We will keep the infant nursery open on one side, that side of it, for nursing moms, for changing diapers, but it is not going to be staffed by nursery workers at this time. So this week will be our dry run. We're calling it for our live stream service. This is our first one that we've attempted. We're going to be training volunteers. We're going to be working on details. So there will be a limited group this first week, kind of our dry run with the live stream, involving mainly the people who are going to be involved in running the services, in the technical side of it, and the music, the preaching, the praying, all of that during this interim time. The following week, we're going to begin contacting members and regular attenders through our care team groups to come for a given week. So you'll receive an email early in the week with a request to reply about whether or not you'll be able to attend. And again, please do let us know so we can ensure that we have fill our limited capacity each week. We also want to stress again, if you're in a higher risk category, please don't feel pressured to attend services during this phase. We want you to be safe, and we want you to feel comfortable with that. And if you're feeling sick, please show kindness to others and stay at home. And for all of us who are attending the services, of course, we encourage the frequent use of hand sanitizer, washing hands throughout the day. We're going to be taking necessary steps to thoroughly sanitize the building through in between the services. And so again, in all this time, thank you for being flexible. And we are looking forward to regathering together soon, even in this limited capacity. But let's continue to support each other and pray for each other during this time. Thank you.